Hello, friend, and welcome to Jackknife Chicken Truck. I'm your host, Joel Cox. In this week's episode, well, it's going to be really short because it's 11:59 p.m., soon to be midnight on July 11th, 2018. Just got back from doing a date night with my wife. We drove out to Ohio to go to Famous Dave's. For those that aren't aware, Famous Dave's is one of the best barbecue places around, in my opinion. It's a shame we couldn't keep two alive in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But I digress. My wife and I did a date night and drove 2.5 hours out to Famous Dave's and had a wonderful dinner. Then drove back. And one of my biggest pet peeves about the Turnpike is that you have to pay a fee to get back into Pennsylvania. You don't pay this fee on the way out of Pennsylvania, only on the way in, resident or not. So me, being the person I am, I refuse to pay that toll. So coming back to Pennsylvania, I take the routes away from the Turnpike. Add an extra half an hour to my time, but it's the principle of the thing. I live in Pennsylvania. I should not be charged to enter my home state. I pay taxes here. Why am I being forced to pay a fee to get into my home? I don't pay a tax every time I get in my house when I come home from work. So why am I doing that kind of my home state where I've been born and bred for 40 years? Anyway, it's late night, and on the way back, I managed to go up and back on my tank of gas that was in my car. I had 40 miles left in my miles to empty. So, I went to the gas station. I paid in cash, because I got paid cash money by my parents to do some yard work, which is a lot nicer to do when you're an adult compared to when you're forced to do as a child or a teenager because you live there. Instead, I get paid to do this stuff, which I don't really mind, but it was nice that I had a little bit extra cash. But anyway, I paid for cash for my gas, so I actually went in and talked to the guy, paid the money, came out, and apparently we'll call it a bug. What the gas pump is, when you pull the gas nozzle out and you go to put the gas nozzle into the car, it bumps the 93 gas thing. Now, I'm not paying all that money for all that gas. Well, I should say little gas. Instead, I went back in, had the guy reset it. I hit the button first, then pulled the gas thing out and put the gas hose into the car. Then an SUV pulled up. There's a guy jumped out, had a Pink Floyd shirt on, and there's a woman in the passenger seat smoking a cigarette. And while in the gas island, holding your cigarette outside of the car, because heaven forbid the smoke that you want to give into the world has to be outside because you can't have it in your precious car. You're already stinking up the car with your cigarette smoke. Why are you holding the cigarette outside? You should be huffing that shit. At $8.25 a pack, yeah. I looked at the price of cigarettes the other day. $8.25 for a pack of cigarettes. When I was in college, they were like $5.25 for a pack of cigarettes. And apparently there's a company called, there's a brand called Jack's. They're like $1.25 a pack. And my one friend didn't even bother because they're that crappy. All I could think of was the scene from Zoolander where the gasoline fight is about to happen. They're smoking cigarettes and spraying gas. Like, I really wish this woman would get horribly injured from like a smoking accident, or she walks into a hospital that has pure oxygen and blows herself up, because that kind of stupidity should not be walking around this world. It drives me insane. In other news today, I'm realizing that I have very poor time management skills. I figured, hey, this won't take that long, and it does. It takes a lot longer. The reason I say about poor time management skills, I bought a puzzle from GameStop a couple weeks ago when I was out in Philly for the waterfall tour. And I started putting this thing together. And of course they tell you to put the edges on first and then work on the inside. Well, I did. It took me about, I don't know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It took me about 4 days to put this thing together. I probably spent a good 4 to 5 hours putting it together. I thought I loved puzzles as a kid, but talked to my mom and found I'm not. I actually never did puzzles. I tried them, but wasn't a fan. Well, because of the way my brain works, I started grouping puzzle pieces by shape and number of edges and number of inside and outside edges. And then I started matching patterns on the puzzle. I'm interested to try some more puzzles. So what I'm going to have to do is take this puzzle and mount it on some foam board and then put it in a picture frame. And then I'm going to do another puzzle and see if I can't use my techniques that I figured out on this puzzle, on the next coming puzzles. My drones are all in pieces. My wing is in pieces. And basically everything's broken right now. Good news is, my friend finally got that shop space that he's been telling me about, and I got to go down and see it, and there's plenty of space to put all my crap. So I can actually probably reclaim my spare bedroom into a complete podcasting room, and actually have a lot more space for guests, but I only have 4 microphones. So we'll see about what we're going to do for the podcast. But hopefully, by next weekend, everything should be up and running. I've got a iNav system, which is a GPS-controlled loitering and stationary and all sorts of stuff, flight controller setup for a drone. I've got the same setup for my wing, which I need to install. I ended up spending half an hour to an hour today trying to program a flight controller, and found out there's a bug with the drivers. Got that fixed. So hopefully I'll get that put together by the end of the week and be able to fly that Saturday morning before I go and help my parents cut some grass. And I'll get my other drones put back together, because on the 21st, my friends are supposed to do an all-day fly, which means I need everything ready so that when I wake up Saturday morning on the 21st, I jump in the car with all my stuff and I go out there and I fly all day long. Well, I think I've rambled enough for today. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Talk to you later. Oh, one more thing. I actually printed it's called a Streamer's cheap stream key something or other. Basically, it's an 8-button keypad that emulates a keyboard, so you can do keyboard shortcuts for Twitch and streaming. But I use it mainly to play games, because I've been wanting a left-handed keypad to use instead of my keyboard, because my fingers keep sliding whenever I'm playing keys on the keyboard. But I need to find a better design, because I want to be able to use the left hand to do all the movements in the game, and the right hand to do the mousing and shooting. I'll probably include pictures later. But long story short, I built a thing off of Thingiverse. It worked first try. It was great. Now I'm signing off. Good night, folks.